12th of January 2026. It's 10:55 a.m. Gawler, South Adelaide. Today I want to talk about how being on a spiritual journey is not just about love and light. It's not just about sitting down quietly and trying to manifest everything you need to have. It's about looking deeply within yourself, looking deeply within your heart space to look at the ugliness that you carry. A lot of people don't like talking about this side of the ascension journey because it's not love and light, right? But there is an ugly side to it because there is a part of you that you have hidden, that you've put away under the carpet or in a closet or something, right? It's not ugly. It just meant that there have been certain times in your life where you couldn't handle the situation. So you detached yourself and put it away. Meanwhile, you're getting on with your life, and suddenly you realize that you forgot all about it, and many lifetimes have come past. And now, in this time of age, in this time of the the human consciousness of awakening, now is the time that you have to look at it. Everything is coming to the surface that needs to be looked at and dealt with and loved and embraced. See, that's the key. You need to embrace and love the shadow part of you, the part of you that you don't like. Because light, the light from our creator, the light from the one and only who has developed all of this, not the planet, not the religious God, not the human God, but the God that gave you the God spark within yourself so you can be connected to the universe. This energy wants you to thrive. This energy wants you to understand how important you are as a human being, as your everyday life, right? So the part of you that you've hidden away, the things that you can't deal with, and then you've put it aside, has to come to the surface now. Because if you're on a spiritual journey, you have to look at yourself at all levels, not just the love and light part of it. The love and light is all good. I'm not denying it. What I'm saying is the love and light comes after the aha moment that you understand that you're worthy. The love and light comes when you have dug into the shadows of yourself, into the basement of your unconsciousness, and look at the things that are hidden away, that become toxic and what some of us call black goo. There are many factors externally that are trying to stop you from looking into that section of yourself because that means you're going to put the light in there. You're going to shine your torch, your light, your understanding, your wisdom in that space so you can learn how to be worthy of who you are as a whole being, not just parts of yourself, but as a whole. We all talk about missions and what our missions are. The mission right now on your spiritual journey is to simply learn about yourself in those moments, in that place where you think it's too hard. Now, I, Katerina, have been on my journey since the age of 7 years old. I am 60 years old. It has been the last 35, 40 years that I have intently gone down into the rabbit holes of my own heart, through the mazes of my soul. I have I have reached out to the universe and brought into the parts of me that got fractured when I was born. Because when you're born, lots of you are sent out into the universe, right? Different dimensions, different lives. You know, we talk about parallel lives. Well, there's a part of me somewhere else that's enjoying the richer financial side of me, for example, where in this life, right now, I'm struggling. So, my job is to be able to sit still within myself and know that I'm worthy, that I'm able to reach out to that part of me where I'm not struggling financially and pull it into this life, into this dimension, into this grounding. There are many words that you can use on your spiritual journey. You create the process that will help you. You create the understanding that will help you to move forward. If you need external validation, will they say that you're not confident enough or you're not worthy enough? In some sense, that's true. But every person has the experience of reaching out to others to gain validation of who they are. So I'm just letting you know, please don't be too hard on yourself. Now, there are many layers of life, and there are many dimensions on this planet. Your soul is on a journey to understand where you fit in the world, who you are, and how you're going to present yourself to the world, to the external. Now, my years of experience has shown me that my internal work, the inner work, the shadow work, as I call it, has shown me how I don't need another person's permission now to be me. I don't need another person's validation to say that I'm worthy of my life. No, I am enough. I am joyful. I am strong. And this is how you are. Everything that I do, I'm very intuitive. The universe speaks to me every day. Energetically, I understand about the frequencies, the vibrations, and how to maneuver my life with it. I am a channel. I embody Archangel Gabriel so he can speak to you. This is what I do. But it took me 5 years of learning how to feel worthy of it, first of all, and how to hold angelic energy because it's very powerful, very pure. And the one thing about my journey is that my guidance, right from the beginning, has always said to me, even when I wanted it yesterday, even if I wanted to move on yesterday, if you understand what I mean, they always said to me that my emotional and mental health is the importance here. You got to take your own pace. You got to understand yourself, slow yourself down completely. You got to slow yourself down to hear the whispers of your soul, to hear the whispers of your higher self. You need to slow down. You need to quieten yourself. Now, me and many people say this, and so I'm speaking to you, Katerina. I'm speaking to you, and I'm telling you that that quietness doesn't mean that you don't do anything. Doesn't mean that you sit in a chair for 8 hours and not do anything. What it means is you quieten your heart. You let go of the toxicity that might surround your heart because throughout my life, I've been hurt many times. So I developed walls around my heart so I wouldn't get hurt, right? This is what this is what we all do. But the ascension process is helping you to remove the walls, are helping you to understand that you don't need the walls around your heart to be loved or to show love. Love is much stronger than what we are made to believe. Love can break down walls. Love can kill a demon. Love can break the legs of a man who wants to treat you badly. Love can hold you gently and make you feel like everything is okay. Love is the space where your strength and courage is created. Put aside your belief system. Put aside the needing to justify yourself to other people. This is the spiritual ascension journey. where you can reach a point where you don't need to do that anymore. And today, the 12th of January, 2026, is where I'm at. I don't need to justify myself to anybody. To anybody. Why? Because I took the journey. I took the inner journey. I jumped down rabbit holes and looked into my darkness. I faced the devil within that shadow that was trying to keep me not shining my light. The spiritual journey that we're experiencing right now has gone beyond what the universe has expected. Even the guides, even your guides, even, yes, your spiritual guides are okay. So you've done the work, you're doing the inner work, you've come to a point where I'm explaining where I am. Your guidance is helping you to understand your own process. Your guidance doesn't give you yes or no answers. If you want your angels to help you, you must say that you give your free will to them to intervene. Otherwise, they cannot intervene. It is universal law. The free will of man keeps it that way. I speak to Archangel Gabriel every day, and I've had many tell me I might be delusional, that I might be lying to myself, that I might be, mentally ill in some way. But let me tell you, none of that applies. I've been working with spirit. I've been talking to spirit since the age of 7. I have seen things that would curl and make you curl up and want to die. Astral travel, interdimensional work has always been my job. To go into the astral, to go into interdimensional world where I can heal it, repair it, or to destroy it. Or it depends on what I had to do. But now, at the age of 60 and a part of my ascension, I am here now to help you to understand yours, to give you my wisdom, to give you my understanding, to share with you the process that I know works. I also hold space for you so you're not afraid to look at yourself. Because the ascension journey, the spiritual ascension journey, is all about letting go of the fear of looking at yourself, looking at your own light. What does that mean? Your aura. Everybody has different names for it. When I was being trained between 1992 and 2016, I didn't read a lot of books. I didn't even listen to a lot of people. What I did was I sat quietly every day and tuned into my own energy. And suddenly I can speak to the universe. Suddenly I have energetic beings who want to come and sit with me to teach me about energy, about other places beyond this planet. I'm very galactically connected. The one thing that I am very proud of myself about, and I want to share this with you because this is part of the spiritual ascension journey, is that I'm not afraid of my darkness. I'm not afraid to look into the face of Lucifer and tell him to rack off, because I have done it many times. Because I want a life of joy. I want a life of understanding who I am so those around me can benefit from my connections, can benefit from my joy and my love and my worthiness, right? Because a spiritual journey is about you creating a process so you can share it with others. So you can become a leader of an example of what you're doing. You can have all the money in the world. You can have all the status in the world. You can have all of those things if you wish. But all of those mean nothing if you cannot go into the inner parts of yourself where there is darkness so you can bring more light. So I created a business called Be Your True Self, a name that just automatically I wrote on a piece of paper one day while I was working at the corporate, when I was working in corporate as an admin. Someone asked me what was the name of my business, and I didn't have a name. So I just suddenly wrote down Be Your True Self. So it became my motto, it became my logo, it became the name of my company, my business. My business as Be Your True Self is to hold space for you with my wisdom and clarity, my connections with the universe, with your higher self, with your spiritual team, and help you to understand your process and how it works for you, and to hold space for you when you feel afraid that something's too hard or difficult. I am here as Be Your True Self because I am my true self. As a coach, life coach, as a emotional mental health coach, I'm a spiritual coach. I'm all different sorts of things. I'm a healer as well. I can remove implants from your chakra system. My knowledge of my own galactic history helps me to remove the implants within your system so you can remember yourself. Because during the galactic wars, you placed a lot of implants so you didn't remember, so you don't remember the harshness of it. Now, that's another day, another story. I started my business back in 2016. I've spent my whole life in the administration side of corporate. The corporate world taught me about the cabal system because that's where they play. The corporate world taught me how to deal with managers who were egotistic. And even with, office bullies and all of those things. So then back in 2016, I was encouraged by my team to leave the corporate world because I've been wanting to and create a business. So I created Be Your True Self. I've studied, I've had mentors, I have really learned more about myself in relation to money. Because if I'd stayed in the corporate world working for somebody else, I would not have gained so much wisdom about myself now. So I'm here to help you to understand that your process that you sit quietly with, that you take time with to learn how to create it, will work for you. I also teach you all about light versus dark versus evil. I can connect you to your spiritual team and have a conscious communication, maybe through automatic writing or, yes, automatic writing is my thing. But automatic writing becomes telepathic towards into your journey. And I teach people this. I'm a light language specialist. So I'm able to write in symbols. The light language that I share is my soul. Your light language is the frequency and the vibration of your soul. I teach you how to activate that so you can communicate it through your throat chakra. I use light language to help regulate and calm my nervous system. I'm an empath, so I feel very much about everything. And I've still have to learn to know what's mine and isn't mine, right? That's what we do. And with all the energy shifting that's going on right now and the planetary shifting and Mother Earth shifting into a higher frequency, our nervous system is just going wild. So I'm sharing myself with you because I've been told people need to hear my story. So here it is, just a small part. But what I want you to really understand is you're not alone. You have a spiritual team around you that want you to thrive. You have a spiritual team around you that want to love you and show you how you can be the best person that you can be. When we talk about the high self, for example, let me tell you, it's not external. The high self is already within you. What happened is when we were born into this world, the high self, let me say my words, got shut down. These are my words, okay? This is how I express it. So you spend your life working towards finding out who your high self. Well, you only have to look in the mirror and you'll see your high self, and that's you. Right now, in the new age of things, the spiritual things, the woohoo of things, everybody wants to know what their or what, where they're from and their star seeds and all this type of stuff, which is fine. I'm not saying you can't do that. I can even help you with that. But what I'm here to do is to show you that when you are dedicated to yourself and your process of understanding who you are, you will create a process that will connect you to the universe, to your God spark. Within the DNA, there is a thread of DNA called the God spark. This was put there so you can be connected to the higher realms of understanding, the higher realms of light or dark, whichever you want to be in. This God spark within you cannot be duplicated in any way. You are the original blueprint of who you are. People can take your ideas, people can take them and make them their own, yes, but they won't have the same energy and eventually it will die. The energy just disappears. So I'm going to start doing little videos like this to talk about my ascension process because maybe there's someone, maybe you're out there listening to this right now thinking that you're alone, and I want you to know that you're not. That the ascension process is very difficult, because you have to face your truth. Your truth is the ascension process, facing your truth. Having the courage to speak your truth without somebody ridiculing you, without somebody making you feel that you're not worthy of your truth. This is the ascension process. And I will talk about more about how people respond and so on. So if you can follow my YouTube channel, share it, go and visit my website. If you want private sessions with me, please book it in and let's have a conversation. I have many things to offer. I do psychic readings too, if that's what you want. But I'm really about holding space for you so you can go deeply within your own heart, not alone, not being alone in doing it. This is me shining my light. This is me not being afraid of my light anymore. So let's go on a journey together, shall we? Let's find a way where I can help you to understand that you are a beautiful human being, that the universe wants you to thrive, that the universe wants you to understand that you are supported. So let's eliminate the fear of that. Let's go and sweep the floor of your energetic house of dust of how you forgot yourself. It's a journey. It's not a one night overnight thing. It took me 45 years. It has taken many people a long time. I'm not about quick fixes. I'm not about somebody who will give you one session and everything will be fixed. That's not me. If you want to work with me, we can create packages. I have my fees. And this is the one thing about the spiritual journey, the ascension, as a coach, as a consultant, as a connection to the universe person. I will no longer be broke. I will no longer allow myself not to have any money because some people might think that I have to give this for free. Well, no, I've got to pay my bills. I still live in a world that requires money. And why not have the money in my life? So, financial abundance, emotional abundance, mental abundance, light body abundance, physical abundance is what I'm all about. So, if you feel connected to me in any way and would like to work with me, reach out to me and I will send you. Reach out to me, yes. Put your email address in the comments, wherever this may land. And I will send you a link to a 20-minute conversation with me so we can work out whether we're a good fit. This 20 minutes has a fee of $33 Australian. There we will also talk, so please understand that I have fees for my consultations. But what's important to me is that I want to help you to understand your spiritual journey, your physical journey, your everyday life. So if you feel connected to me, reach out and let's see what we can do. Because I want you to know you're not alone. So many blessings to you. Thank you so much for listening. And always remember, be your true self.